that star, I do it so well. It's Puma on the toes, but the stars on the clothes. I'm Starboy, fresh at the DF Dub. Yeah, I'm a hard hitter. Don't stare to fit, it'll ego hit you. What is you saying, man? Look at the swag. Please do forgive the brag. I'ma pull up later in the Cowboy jag. Don't you slip on the drip, I'm flossing the sauce. Go so hard for the star. Yeah, that be win, lose, or draw. If you take a L, get the F off my block. Cowboys win. Watch yours, pull up the shots. Really can't help it, got a star status. Even got it tatted on my arm. Yes, we be 5 green strong. Left a little room cause it's quest for the seeds. Starboy really reppin' this shit. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's no more left in ya. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death for me.
Yeah, tell me who the #1 fan. Yeah, Mr. Westside, I'm the man. Dallas Cowboys from my head to the toes. They better recognize who the fuck I am. Damn, haters run their mouth like a bitch when they team ain't shit and my team stay lit. Yeah, I'm about to rep this shit till the day I die in an all blue casket. If you wanna get with a club with love, tell Star Status Westside sent ya. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Emmett Smith is our main. Game time, prime time, all the time. Your team ain't never on TV like mine. That's because we different. We America's team and we run this. Like Zeke runs circles right at defense. Jerry Jones, that's nonsense. Let the coaches coach. And I'll have a smoke. And I know y'all wanna toast to that.
Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's no more left in ya. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. Reppin' that star, I do it so well. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. DC, that B4L. Reppin' that star, I do it so well. DC4L. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's no more left in ya. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. DC, that B4L. Reppin' that star, I do it so well. It's Puma on the toes, but the stars on the clothes. I'm Starboy, fresh at the DF Dub. Yeah, I'm a hard hitter. Don't stare to fit, it'll ego hit you. What is you saying, man? Look at the swag. Please do forgive the brag. I'ma pull up later in the Cowboy jag. Don't you slip on the drip, I'm flossing the sauce. Go so hard for the star. Yeah, that be win, lose, or draw. If you take a L, get the F off my block. Cowboys win. Watch yours, pull up the shots. Really can't help it, got a star status. Even got it tatted on my arm. Yes, we be 5 green strong. Left a little room cause it's quest for the seeds. Starboy really reppin' this shit. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's no more left in ya. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. Dallas Cowboys to the death for me. I'ma keep reppin' loud until there's nothing left in me. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys to the death for me.
Yeah, tell me who the #1 fan. Yeah, Mr. Westside, I'm the man. Dallas Cowboys from my head to the toes. They better recognize who the fuck I am. Damn.
What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy, Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building, man. How are you guys doing on this Thursday, man? I cannot wait till football season is here. We be watching some Thursday night football, but since it is 3/12/22, we are here talking about football. What's up with you, boss Cowboy? I know you got you in the building, man. Let me hear a hoot and a holler.
Man, what's up, man?
Yeah, I told you it was gonna work. Look at we goddamn professionals around here, man. That's what's up, man. Some goddamn professionals, man. But hey, man, we gonna have ourselves a good show tonight, man. I got some special people in the house, man. I got some supporters in the house. I got some scouts in the house. Hey, I'm gonna give everybody a shout out. Remember, as I give you guys a shout out, make sure you give your boy West Coast a share, man. It's something we ask you to do. Sharing simply lets you know you care about what we're doing here, and we appreciate you, man. We also got a couple new features we're able to do. So shout out to the supporters. I got my boy Peter sliding through, Bob Hegg, Marcy, Christy, all these people, Mario, BJ. It's a gang of you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So let's see who's actually watching the show right now. And remember, as I shot you out, give your boy a share. What up with you, Tony P and Asty? I see you, man. I saw your name in this drill somewhere. Joel Jumbo, what up with your man? Dwayne Double D Dixon, I see you, man. Natrine, I see your name in there. Juan, what's up with you? Dakota, I saw your name over there. Brandon, what's up with you? Greg, what's up with you? Miss Darlene, how you doing? Dan Trachina, what's up with your man? John Juice Presley, what's up with your man? Terrell Chambers, what's up with your man? Terrell, I think I seen your name over there too. Stephen Arthur, what up with you? Buddha badass. Buddha said, I got you tomorrow, but I'm going to slide your name up in there. What up with your man? Natrine says, what's up with your West Coast? And Boss Cowboy, what's up with you? I see Boss Cowboy in there. He over there multitasking. Steven, what's up with your man? He says, what's good, Boss Cowboy? And West Coast. I said, what? I combined this. That's crazy. Greg said, what's up? He said, did your profile get hacked? Ronnie? I think he's asking Ronnie. Okay. Matthew, what's up with you, Matthew? I saw your name in there. Shout out to your boy, man. What's up with, he says, what's the link to that jam? That is our Starboard. All you got to do is go on YouTube and type in Starboy, and it's called To the Dallas Cowboy to the Death of Me. I'll drop the link on it. I'm actually trying to get him on the show sometime next week so we can kind of talk about it. He's also the guy that did the smash hit. What was it? My mind just went blank. Boss Cowboy, help me. Clock in defense,
cut, man. That Philly cut is actually my favorite.
The Philly one. The clock in defense was the anthem, but the Philly is the
clock
bird.
Yeah, that was last year.
That was the banger too.
He done upgraded, but then my favorite anthem was appropriate. Was his anthem on Philly, Bird Gang Killer.
Gang Killer.
Yeah. So
and then he had the sound effects in it and everything.
Because I think we're gonna be seeing that Bird Gang for a little while. They kind of got a little bit of they stuff together as we do. So the other guys are rebuilding. So yeah.
Shoot, I heard that. My boy Buddha says no more betting. That's probably a good thing, Buddha, because we didn't really do too well this year. Them damn Jags. Hey, Atlanta burned me too, though. Timothy says, I love your show, West Coast. I appreciate you, man. Keep on watching. You'll get that top fan. I'm going to tell you this. You may hear something, and she'll be like, you know what, man, I'm going to support that, and you may get your name in this little blue column down here as a supporter. I appreciate all those folks who have made that upgrade. Matthew says, cool. Scott, Can't Quint Tent. What's up with you, man? I see you. Got my ring going off in the background. I mean, somebody that came to my house. Shout out to whoever that is. Boss Cowboy, I know you hear some people. I know you see some people in the in your comment box over there on your show.
Not yet, because you ain't cross-posted, but I just
know,
shared it.
My bad. I'm slapping myself.
That's all good. I just shared it to my page, so then they go come in a second.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
That's all good.
My boy Cohen Mike says, is there a limit to CEV glasses you can buy? Absolutely not. Just make sure you use that code CEV West Coast, CEV West Coast, so you can get your discount. Remember, guys, we do, it's a real scratch your back, scratch your back around here. We do a couple favors for a couple players, and guess what? They do a couple flavors for us. That's how we end up getting 4-time All-Pro, All-World cornerback Chris Harris on the line, man. Shout out to my boy Boss Cowboy came through, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was at the buzzer, and I was like, Boss Cowboy. He's like, man, West Coast, I got this. Calm down. Y'all Texas boys is way more calm than us Cali boys. We be, you know what I mean, Boss Cowboy.
Nah, you was cool, man.
I was tripping on the inside.
You was, man. Hey. I could not tell, bro. You was cool as a cucumber. You was cooler than me.
Hey, you had your CEVs on the whole time too. I can't even.
Yeah,
One
I
of my
was
daughters
telling you, I
got
was
mine.
like, he locked, bro. Like he's go do it. You was like, is he go do it? I'm like, yeah, he's go do it. Like, yeah, we confirmed it like 3 times. You like, but did he confirm? I'm like, yeah, he confirmed. But did he confirm? Can you text him? Like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I appreciate you,
But hey,
man.
man, that's an all pro man that want to play for Dallas. It's exciting times, man, for both of us. So obviously, that's something to be excited about.
And you know it, hey man. And I want to let y'all know too, man. Hey man, y'all showed out for your boy, man.
We
Like,
did.
you know,
And
y'all
start
showed out for
sharing
your
right
boy,
now
man.
too.
Like y'all showed
Keep
out for
showing
your
out.
boy, man. And when I say y'all showed out for the boy, I'm talking about for y'all that's watching this show right now, man.
Yeah,
And there's some
showed
folks
up.
on YouTube that's like that's pissed off at me right now. I'm so sorry. I'm coming. Here I come. I'm coming. There to see here. I'm running. YouTube, I'm coming. Please charge it to my mind, not my heart. I'm coming to you. I'm coming getting over there as soon as it load up right now. But yo, man, what I'm saying is, man, y'all really came through for us, man. Like, man, it was 130. The average stream was 130. The peak was 171, man. And I just
Right.
just want to let you guys know that we appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to do a little couple give outs. I know OG Carey, I owe you a blanket, and I ain't forgot about you. I'm gonna send it out. I promise. I put that on my mama. But hey, we gonna do something. I got some shirts and something I'm gonna give away out here, man. Because we just really, really thankful, man. I know I see some gloves right there, some Dallas Cowboy gloves I can give away. I got a Dallas Cowboy toothbrush over there, only used once. I might get that away. That'd be good. Only used once, so it's still good, Boss Cowboy. YouTube, here I come, YouTube, here I come. Don't get mad. Mike Zappy, what's up with you? And Mike Zappy's one of those dudes that predicts everything, but it's always the bad stuff.
Now the question is he right? That's what I want to know.
Here I
Like, there's
come,
some people
YouTube. Here
that
I
predict
come.
stuff,
Don't get
and
mad.
if you right on the bad, I still can respect it. But is he right?
He be right. He about 70-30. He about 70-30. You know what I'm saying? He about 70. I'll take 70-30 though. Mad.
You gave him that.
Mike Zappy, what's up with you?
Yeah, that's that.
And Mike
That's that noise you made is more 25-75.
You know how I be, Mike. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this though. Mike Zappy was there to console me at the NFL draft. I'm gonna tell you how we met real quick. You know I love bunny trails, man. Me and Mike Zappy, I'm walking. The Dallas Cowboys had just drafted LVE, and I had some folks that tell me,
story.
some folks that told me that LVE's neck was kind of weird, and so I wasn't the most excited about the pick. I'm happy about it now. And I kind of collapsed, and Mike Zappy was there. He was really there to really grab your brother and tell me, and let me know.
I saw that film. It
was all live too.
Y'all was walking out of Dallas, and Mike was just laying it out like, no, Wes, he's a good pick, and he explained it all why. And you really did come around in that moment. You said, I feel a little bit better. Yeah, I remember that, and that was before I met you, and I remember that.
And then LVE got hurt, and then
you ended up being right.
I ended up being right. See there, Mike. I told you, Mike. I told you. Don't you hate when people do that, Boss Cowboy? When you be like, yeah, but the dude's still a good player. Yeah, I can't predict the dude's neck staying not on his shoulders, right? But hey, man, while we're talking about it, let's go ahead and give a little update on LVE, man. I did get a little word, nothing big, and that is that I haven't heard anything official about him being cleared for activity, so I'm not going to put that really out there. But I did hear that he is on pace to be ready for training camp. But I mean, Boss Cowboy, I want to know. I was thinking about this today because I saw there's going to be a bunch of linebackers getting released. I don't know why that is, but linebacker's just been a position that's just been linebacker and running back has been a position that people have just been kind of devaluing. So there's going to be a lot of linebackers getting released out there. What are your thoughts, man? What does the book say about a linebacker that's, a free agent guy that we can possibly look at, whether he be free agent or free agent as far as him being on another team, or free agent as far as him being on our team currently? What's your thoughts at linebacker?
Man, linebacker is actually not as deep in free agency, but it's starting to become deep just because of what you said. There are some releases that are beginning to happen that's causing some opportunities. So let me go to the linebacker section real quick of my book, which is chapter 6. So in chapter 6, one of the people that I highlight is Bruce Irvin, right, from the Carolina Panthers. but he's 33. But I checked his tape. I'm not gonna ever put anybody in the book that I don't check the tape. And he played outside linebacker, which is very good in a similar scheme to what we have. And then obviously he's a Marshall's pick, and a Marshall's pick is somebody that has previous great production, but they're flawed either because of age or because of maybe an injury or anything like that, or just doubt it. Or sometimes you could be a Marshalls because it's an overstock in your team with your position. So that type of stuff is seeing good players out in the free agency. So Bruce Irvin is not actually one of those guys, but he's definitely somebody that I highlight. Let me look up somebody else because I actually just wrote an article on it. Give me 1 second.
What are your thoughts on I got a supporter and he just dropped a name in there. What are your thoughts? Hey, my boy, what up with you, Travis? Come through with the star gang with 200 stars already on the map. I appreciate you, big dog. My boy Tony P. We call him Tony P. Nasty around here. He prefers that. He wants to know what's up with Cameron Wake. Was released today. Looks more to come. What are your thoughts on Cameron Wake? If you have a thought, then go ahead and shoot it. If not, then we'll just keep rocking.
I'm actually more so excited right now because I haven't done my homework enough on Cameron Wake, but Christian Kirksey is who I'm also excited about because I actually wrote about him today and I put it on my page with the Browns. He's 26. They suffering from an overstock room, and they desire to bring back Joe Schobert. So it's almost like what we going through with Looney and Fredericks. Fredericks is the better player when he's healthy, but Looney is a really good player as well. So, but when you have Looney costing so much and he's a free agent, a lot of times you're going to end up having to let Looney go, even though he's a good player because your room is overstocked. That's the same thing that's going on with Christian Kirksey. So that's another guy that I would say look up. That's a perfect Marshall's pick and a value pick because whenever teams unload you, that actually hurts your price because people treat free agents, in my opinion, West Coast, tell me what you think it is. People treat free agents almost like we do when we're dating, right? Like a woman doesn't want a man that can't attract women. And a lot of times if we meet a woman and she's having trouble getting a man, but she looks good, we will always kind of think to ourselves, what's wrong with you, right? So it's the same type of environment when it comes down to picking these guys, in my opinion, for football, that some of these people are being let go for business, but it's not viewed that way, because the same thing happened with Georgia Local. We talk about that all the time. They drafted Jesse Bates. He was a really good prospect coming in, but you had a higher paid Georgia Local. So it's almost like, what we go do? Do we go with the second round guy that's cheaper, or do we go with the more expensive free agent? You know what happened? They let him go. But then Georgia Local was then viewed as me. That's what's happening a lot of times in free agency. So no, but you're right, and your viewers are right. Our viewers are right. That linebackers becoming more and more available in this free agency from cuts.
Yeah, man. And my thing is this, like, I think that we are going to run. People say, what are we going to run? West Coast is going to be a 4-3. I think we're going to run a 3-4. Why are we going to run a 3-4? I don't know, because it sounds good. But this is what I think, man. I think we're going to run a variation of whatever we can do to stop that team each week. And be honest with you, that's what football is all about. Like, I remember me and Boss Cowboy, one of our infamous battles over on live was we had a conversation about, what should the Cowboys be? Should we be a passing team? Should be a running team? And I think we kind of settled on the fact that the Dallas Cowboys should be neither. They should be whatever you got to do to beat that team that week. Right. And I think that's what our defense is going to be. But no matter what you do on defense, man, you better have some good linebackers. Before you even get some linebackers, you better have some good D tackles. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my linebackers can be all world, but it's like if I don't have that stoppage in the front of me, then my linebackers are not going to play as well as they are, and they're going to stay banged up. They're going to be hurt all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it's important that the Dallas Cowboys put somebody in the front or get something in the front right there to solidify themselves at the D tackle position so that whoever or whatever you decide to do at linebacker is going to be beneficial. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, if you don't do something, then you know what you're basically doing? You're throwing away all that money you gave Jalen Smith, because he's going to, I'm not gonna wish this on him because I come in contact. I'm not even gonna say that, but the chances of him of something happen or you're hiding, you're raising those chances. You feel me, you feel me, Boss Cowboy? Like you're raising those chances. And then with LVE, like you got to get into protection mode now. Like with these linebackers, because bro, you're gonna and I told you guys this last year. I said, man, the Dallas Cowboys, we about to have well. Because Jalen Smith took a really team-friendly deal. That's not for. We're not going to talk about that today. But you're going to have a 12 and probably a $15 million linebackers. You know what I'm saying? And both those dudes are going to be sold up for about 4 or 5 years. So you got to start doing stuff to protect those things. You know what I'm saying? If you get a Lamborghini, you don't just drive it every day like it's a rental. You know what I'm saying? You still got to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? You still got to make sure there's run flats on it. I used to have a Cadillac XLR back in my player day. You talking about? Hey, my wife ain't watching the show. Nope. She ain't watching the show. So yeah, man, I used to have this fly car back in the day, man. And man, boss, I'm telling you, man, it had these tires called run flats. Tires was like $400, man, and you couldn't throw no little cheap tires on there because if you go fast, man, a tire don't grip as well, and you end up going off the side of the road. So if you want to, if you want that upper echelon, you got to understand and be ready to pay for it. So I think a name that we should definitely talk about that's uber duper important before you bring in anybody is what's up with Malcolm Smith. You know what I'm saying? I think Malcolm Smith is a guy that the Dallas Cowboys brought in late. He's a guy we should have probably got in a little earlier. But we still got him in here, and he was productive for the 2.5 games that he played. He really played 2.5 games. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because even in those 2.5 games, you still remember him making plays. Hey, shout out to my boy Nate Treen because I saw you drop them 300 stars. I appreciate you, brother. Remember, if you got them stars and want to drop them, I appreciate you. And we'll get to your questions as quickly as possible, too, if you have those, too. But, yeah, man, so, I mean, that's kind of my thing online.
It's crazy that you just said that, West Coast, because I wrote that in the article today that I posted about an hour ago. Linebacker Malcolm Smith should be clear priority with 5 Dallas linebackers on expired contracts. I literally have him as the third most important free agency out of the 30. Now it's 29, but out of the 30 expired contracts that we had. So, and shout out to my boy Tavis, man, because anybody that bought the draft guide and actually started to read it, and anybody, even if you're not reading the draft guide, if you're doing research on free agency and the draft, a lot of times we come to the same conclusions, like straight up, like and like Tavis, he hit me today. He's on the show right now. What's up, Tavis? Tavis said, "Boss, I read your article on the Marshall's free agents because I do one on that every year." He said, "But we was go shop for free agents on a value assumption automatically." I say that boy do his homework, like for real, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So, and I absolutely agree with you, West Coast, that if we don't target Malcolm Smith as an emergency, it's literally an emergency. It's not just a luxury. It's an emergency. And I think most don't see that unless you bought the guide and read it, or unless you keeping up with us. Because most people that I listen to not even saying anything about it. Like I had one guy say, "Boss, why are you so high on linebacker?" I said, "Bro, because I'm looking at free agency, bro, and I'm looking at our needs." How do you look at our needs and not come to that? Like how, West Coast? Can you please explain that?
I mean, my thing is this, man. Like, I'm still nervous about that statement when the infamous Jason Garrett statement. He says, LVE, we believe he's great. He's a great guy. He's a little hurt, banged up right now, but we do not believe that it is career ending. When he said that, I was I instantly said, "Bueno." Yeah. What? What did you just say?
Yeah.
Like, exactly. So when he said that, I instantly thought, yeah, it could be career ending. You know what I'm saying? Or not even could it be, but someone has asked the question. So since I've asked the question, like, you got to take that in consideration, man. You got to take his availability in consideration, especially depending on what type of defense you want to run. So, Malcolm Smith, in my opinion, definitely becomes way more important than a lot of people believe. And I can only imagine the growth of Jalen Smith with a veteran line, because right now Jalen Smith is technically your veteran linebacker in the room. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I would like to see what he would be like with a veteran linebacker under him too. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure to elevate that room a little bit more. But hey, man, before we want to go cut to a commercial break, but we're gonna cut to a commercial break. But hey, we're gonna be putting together the dream Dallas Cowboys schedule right now on Dallas.com. They currently have this really, really dope contest where you can literally put together the Dallas Cowboys 16-game schedule, and if you get it right, they're going to give you season tickets for the entire season. Man, I put one up the other day, and like 6 sites took it and was like, the official schedule was out. I have it. I have a source. The funniest ones is I have a source. I have a source. My sources told me that this is the schedule.
Hey, share before we go to this commercial, man. So that by the time we get back, you gonna have some people on.
Yeah, there we go. What's up with you guys? It's your boy West Coast. Yo, in 2020, I've teamed up with my hot boy Jalen Smith, number 54, to bring you guys some of the most exclusive eyewear known to man. CEV. I mean, everybody's wearing them. Make sure you guys go over to CEVcollection.com today and use promo code CEV West Coast to get yourself a hot boy discount today. What's up with you guys? What's up with you guys? We're back in the building, man. What's up with you, boss? Can you hear me, man? Yes, I know you can hear me.
Man, you sound good, bro.
I know. I ain't gonna lie. They be like,
you got your Marco Spoon voice on today,
I know. Hey, you know how they be like, man, when I was a kid, they be like, man, you just like to hear your voice. And I'd be like, no, it ain't. But today, it is. I do.
These new mics will change you, though.
Yeah, it is, though. They really will, though. They'll change your whole life. So, yeah, we are going to go ahead and, I wanted to put this segment together and kind of to do this because, like I said, the Dallas Cowboys put out this neato little thing, little contest where you could basically predict, kind of put together the schedule. And if you get it correct, you get season tickets. So, I'm always down to get some free stuff. So I just want to go ahead and start this thing out, man. We got a couple people in the comments. So you guys let us know what direction you want to go in. But I'll let you guys know all the available games so far, just so we can start it off with. Here we go. Go the wrong way. We got the Cowboys at Baltimore. We got Cowboys at Cincinnati Bengals. Cowboys at Rams. Cowboys at Minnesota. Cowboys at Giants. Cowboys at Eagles. Cowboys at Seahawks. Cowboys at Washington. And then here are the home games. You have Arizona coming to Dallas. Atlanta home game. Cleveland home game. Giant home game. Philadelphia's coming to Dallas, obvious. Pittsburgh's coming home to play Dallas. San Francisco's gonna be in Dallas, and then Washington Redskins. And then you have 1 week which is designated as your bye. So just to start this thing out, man, we're gonna go ahead and look at it, man. What do you guys think for week 1? Where do you guys think the Dallas Cowboys should be playing week 1? What do you guys think? Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys something also too. But we need to find out. I need somebody to go research and tell me when is Thanksgiving, because that should be definitely like the Cowboys versus Redskins, right? What you think, boss?
I mean, historically, I love it. Cowboys, Indians, it's appropriate. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I mean, marketing wise, in terms of, and I would like a division game on Thanksgiving. I agree with that. And I think that will be a good one, because I think the Redskins is going to be a lot more scarier than most people think.
So it's going to be a primetime game.
It's a primetime game. And then they have so many good options at the top of this draft, and they got a lot of good options at the top of the second round. They're the type of team that's a few players away from being major contenders and quick. So the defense is already stacked. So it depends on what they do when they pick.
Okay, so we got week 13 is hey, can somebody verify that for me, please? Someone jump on the counter, please. I think the season week 1 is what? It could be Dallas Vikings on Thanksgiving, the Pilgrim in England. Y'all crazy. All right, so yeah, while we figure out which week. But we all agree that Cowboys will probably play Cowboys versus Redskins on Thanksgiving. As soon as we get which week that is, we're gonna drop that in there. But Boss Cowboy, man, I want to know who you starting your season off with. Who's gonna be your first game? Are we gonna be on the road?
Man, I want to see Jason Gary first.
First game. Are we going there, or they coming here?
I think and I want to start off with a division win, right? That I always want to start off with a division win because, in my opinion, I always want to start fast because when teams start fast, sometimes they hit momentum. I don't like to grind out. I don't like grind outs. I like momentum and confidence. So to me, that says start traditionally like we always do, and let's kick it off to these Giants. It's gonna be dramatic because of Jason Garrett, and I think people gonna want to see that. The ratings are gonna be good because of that. People like drama. It's a reality TV
Is he
culture.
coming to Dallas, or are we getting on an airplane? Tell me, I need to know right now.
Come on, well, let's go there. Let's.
You want
And
to
I
go?
want to go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah,
Finally.
I want to go there because first of all, the weather it makes sense. You know what I mean? We'll be
Yeah.
catching them during the time to where the elements is not an advantage to them.
Mm.
So I want to get that out the way early. And so when you come to us and it's during the halfway part of the season and the elements have changed, you go play us in house. So I actually think it's to our advantage to play them first in New York. I want to
Okay.
go to New York.
All right, I got some scouts. I got some supporters that are asking there. Well, my boy in the trend says Thanksgiving's the 26th, but I need to know. He said Buddha Badass says it's week 12. So week 12, we're gonna go ahead and slap on there. We're gonna be playing the Washington Redskins at home. At home, week 12, Shabombi. All right, doom. There you go. So week 12, we got the Dallas Cowboys playing at home. So hey, I got some supporters that are asking, Boss Cowboy, what are your thoughts about playing Philadelphia Eagles?
When?
Week 1, because, bro, I ain't going to lie. As much as I do want to see Jason Garrett, bro, I am a guy who gets on a plane, and I typically go to a lot of Cowboy games. And, bro, come on, man. I think 6 out of my last 5 games are been at home against the Giants. And I'm going to tell you, business-wise, that is not good, bro. Like, it's hard to sell people the same ticket over and over and over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
Let me think commercial, too. So since you thinking commercial, it's good business. It's real good business.
So bring it is. You want go ahead. What you want, Philly or Giants?
I want the momentum of a fast start, but I want to shut Philly up quick. I really do. Like, because Philly, it's a lot of people living off that little weak win from week 16. They loving it, and I hate haters. So the fastest way to shut up a hater is to slap him in the face. So just on personal reasons, I would want Philly first. I really would. And to make a statement on them, because then there's no excuses. I don't want to hear they was injured and all of this kind of stuff, because that people was really, they was going to win regardless in terms of public opinion. Because if Philly lost, they was going to say, well, they was banged up. And then when they won, they'll say, well, because went so great. Nah, I want to meet y'all early when there's no attrition. You can't use injuries, and beat the dog snot out of them. And I also want to do it in Philly as well.
So first week 1, we're going on the road to Philadelphia, or are we going? For the most part, I can tell that you definitely want the Dallas Cowboys to start on the road, because you basically picked two
cold teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the cool thing about it is, think about this, y'all. There is some definitely advantage. You just got to give me which team you want. But there's definitely some advantage, because you got to think like this. We always play Philadelphia and the Giants at the end of the season when it's cold.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, how predictable is that? So
yeah.
I do like that a little bit. So which one you want, Giants or you want Philly?
Philly.
Philly. Okay, Philly week 1. Boom, there it goes. Philly. Hey, I like that though.
Yeah, me too.
Because right out the gate, you're going to find out. Right out the gate, you're going to find out. Hey, and remember, and I want to give you guys a little tip that too. This is the Dallas Cowboy dream schedule. This is a schedule that we're going to build together. Not necessarily it's going to be, hopefully it's going to be right, but this is a schedule that we feel is going to be made for a team that is to win a Super Bowl. And one thing I like about playing Philly right out the gate is all that crap you be talking in the off season and all them good old pads and preseason is going to get tested right out the gate. Yep. Mike McCarthy, we going to know week 1 what's good. Week 1, we ain't going to have to wait.
Strategically, West Coast, I want Philly first also because I don't want them to have film on any of McCarthy's patterns, because they're likely going to be one of the hardest people in our division again, right? So let's smack you before, like we did the Giants last year. With the introduction to Kellen Moore, they didn't know what to expect, and we just bombed them.
Yeah.
Something similar, I can see that happening on an opponent that we take game 1.
And boss, can I also tell you this is also like a little? We're also cheating a little bit. Let me tell you how we're cheating a little bit. Because can I ask you guys, did that game in Philly was that game in Philly kind of important last year? That game in Philly that we lost. in Philadelphia on the road? Was it kind of important last year? It was kind of important last year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not take that really important game and make it at the beginning of the season? You know what I'm saying? Because that game basically was the what put us out the playoffs. Because we had to then hope that the Giants won. So it's like, man, you almost kind of help yourself out a lot by getting that game out the way, I think, right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? By getting that away. And I'm going to tell you guys that away game at Philly is always a decision. It's always made to determine something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get it out the gate. And then think about this. The next time we do play Philly, because they always kind of stretch us away, it'll be at home. So week 2, what you got, man? Week 2, we got
another hard game. I want another game because I actually want a harder schedule in the beginning a little bit. And you
got to think these is outside stadiums.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think I want to try out the 49ers.
So our first home game of the season is going to be against the 49ers.
I would want that. I would want, because see, I want to test early too. I want to test early. I want to see what we're about early. Because if we knock out somebody like the 49ers early, it's going to reverberate throughout the whole league that Dallas is serious. You know what I mean? Like they serious because everybody looking at San Fran like they're serious. I don't think San Fran is as dangerous as like the Saints. I would want to see first in our house San Fran.
In our house. Okay, second. So my boy Buddha says he wants the Browns at home. We got Travis asking for the Seattle. We got
that's a good one.
That's a good one too.
That.
That's a good one too.
Yeah,
man,
it's a good
double bird game. I'm gonna tell you guys this though, man. You put Seattle right behind the Eagles. If all that Boone Twain that you was talking in preseason wasn't real, you're now currently 0-2.
Yeah.
Like you wanna get them boys a breather. You wanna kind of give them a breather. You know what I'm saying? We got some folks over on YouTube. What y'all thinking on YouTube? YouTube, we ain't got no some names over there. Buddha, what's up? Buddha says Browns at home. You know what, Buddha? I'm gonna give you the Browns at home. The reason why for week 2. The reason why I'm gonna give you for week 2, Browns at home. Why? One, because you're a supporter, so I'm gonna definitely support you in your answer. but another reason why is because, man, I think it's a cheap way for the NFL to get a primetime game. I mean, you're gonna bring in. You would think that the Browns would be better. So this is gonna be kind of like a litmus test for them. Also, it's not gonna be an as easy game as I think everybody leaves it on, because I think the Browns are gonna probably be a better team. But at the same time, you got to think like this for the NFL and selling tickets. It's gonna be some big names. So to start the season off right with your first home game, Buddha, I give you the Browns. Buddha badass.
So since you said the Browns, that means we're gonna have to stick with a division pretty much for the rest, because that's how it works. Whenever you play anybody, one of those type teams, generally you go play the rest of everybody in that division at least once.
Oh yeah, we gonna play it. It's just a matter of when we gonna play them. You know what I'm saying? We gonna play 2 of them at their house and then 2 of them on the road. Gotcha. All right, so we got week 1 at the Philadelphia Eagles. Then week 2 we gonna open up at home. Because this is something that happened last year, right? Last year we had a home away, home away, home away, home away, home away. We did that all the way until week 7, I think. Week 7. I don't think they're gonna do that to us again. So I have a good chance they're gonna give us a back-to-backer. So since they did that to us last year, I have a good chance that they're probably going to have us a back-to-back home game or a back-to-back away game early. So since we're already at home, I'm thinking it's going to be a home game. So I need to know right now, if someone can give me 10 shares right now, I will let you pick week 3. But you better have a dang good reason. All right, Boss Cowboy, what are your thoughts, man? Boss Cowboy, we're going to let them pick, but I want to know, what are your thoughts at week 3, boss?
Let's go back to the division. So Redskins.
You want to go Redskins at home?
No, I'm just saying, like, first.
No, it's gonna we're asking. I'm asking for a home game for week 3.
A home game.
A home game. So your options are Arizona, Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. Remember Pittsburgh, we're gonna play them in the Hall of Fame game, so they're probably gonna want them toward the end of the season since we're gonna play them in the preseason. And then San Francisco. And then you have your bye too. I hope we don't have a bye that early.
Give me San Fran.
Okay. You got San Fran. All right, Mike Zappi. Let me know. My boy Mike Zappi says Skins week 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I felt that too. Skins week 3. Let's get that division going.
That's gonna be okay. So then that means you're gonna be away, home, away.
I'm cool with it.
Okay. What you think? Cowboys in a row, Ravens weeks. Okay. Who got the 10 shares? Let me know who got the 10 shares. Give me the 10 shares, and I'll let you pick week 3. Boss Cowboys wants to go back on the road again, man. I want to stay at home for the double home game. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to get one of those.
I want the Redskins early for this reason. If they pick old boy out of Ohio State, I don't want him getting into his rhythm.
Okay. I heard that.
I want him in his rookie legs. I don't want him in his rhythm. That just might be too much if he get going.
Okay. All right. So yeah, man. So you want to go on the road? Let's go on the road then.
Let's go on the road, man.
All right. Let's go on the road.
We're
going to Washington. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to do a double home game. We gotta do this. I probably just change my whole philosophy right now. Let's do it at the end of the season because that's when you're gonna need it the most. All right. So week 4, where we going? Week 4, we are at away, home, away. Currently, right now, you got your Cowboys going to the Philadelphia Eagles. You got us coming home for your first game against the Cleveland Browns. Then away at the Washington Redskins. Where are we going next? Are we coming home or are we going on the road again? You know what I'd like to see? You know what I'd like to see?
Yeah.
I'd like to see the Dallas Cowboys come to L.A. and play the Rams.
Put it on there.
That's what I'd like to see.
That's a trap game too.
Yeah, I like it too because we get to play them outside when it's still decent weather, man.
Right. Yeah. And they go on revenge for how we mud stumped them. So that could be a hard game. But that's cool. Yeah. Put it down. I like that one.
Matthew says
that's
yes.
That's a statement game too. That's a statement game. We win that. That's a statement.
All right, my boy Willie says he wants 49ers on Thanksgiving. Now they're not gonna break tradition. Willie says first 3 division games on the road, so weather can't be a factor. That's you want to at least get. That's what you want. That's what you want. In a perfect world, you want to figure out a way to get that on the road because that weather is gonna come a factor at some point. You know what I'm saying? And you also got to remember that Seattle game. It rains a lot there. And Baltimore. I think you want to figure out a way to get Baltimore earlier. I don't want to get Baltimore after their bye. That's what I'm just saying. I want to get Baltimore before their bye. You know? And so I don't know if I want to get them, I don't know if I want to, do 3 away games in a row. I don't think the NFL would do that to us. So I definitely think if you do back-to-back away games, you're definitely coming home week 5 to a home game. So who you got week 5? Who you thinking coming home from the Rams?
I like what Buddha said, kind of.
What Buddha talking? What the hell Buddha talking about? Cardinals?
Yeah. A game we should win.
I like that game too.
I like that. That's a confidence game or rebound game because you know how you lose and you need to rebound. That'll be a good rebound game.
Yeah, because you're going on the road 2 weeks in a row, so you want to get both those games, but you definitely got to split. And then you come home and you're like, okay, but the Cardinals should be better, but they're still pretty much in growth areas. Yeah, so you're looking at that game as a game that you should win that game. So week 5, I like week 5 for that. All right,
Cardinals.
So you like Cardinals? I like Cardinals too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at week 6 now. Week 6. Bob Heck in the building. What's up with your main Buddha? What's up with you? He says, I'll take it. My boy Travis says he wants the Steelers. He wants the Steelers at home. So you have double back-to-back home games. I'm going to tell y'all, I think we need to figure out a way to get Baltimore on this schedule at some point. and San Francisco. I think San Francisco and Baltimore, 2 teams that I think were very disappointed in their season, how it ended. So I think between one of those teams is going to have a viciously bounce back, and I think one of them's going to fall off. I'm just sorry.
Let's go with the Ravens. I want to go with the Ravens because I have a feeling what's going to happen with the Ravens, especially coming after the Cardinals, how we got the schedule, is they're going to study Lamar Jackson all offseason. They always study the best. They always do that. They study Tank. They're gonna have him figured out by next year. They're gonna have that whole system down. And so that'll give us 5 games to also look how other teams countered the Ravens. I think that'd be a perfect time to play them.
Yeah, and hey, and Boss Cowboy, I'm gonna tell you something else, man. You know what else lets you do? Get you prepared for Lamar Jackson. One Kyler Murray. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One Kyler Murray's gonna get you ready for one Lamar Jackson because he's definitely an extreme. But he's definitely an extremist.
1A and 1B.
You know what I'm saying? I want to let y'all know there are some games out there that are looming. That Seattle's Seahawks game, Russell Wilson, and that curl scares me after week 12. That dude's like kind of goddish after week 12. Some of the stuff he does is ridiculous, so we need to figure out a way to get that on the block. Minnesota is just not those pushovers they used to be, and we're going on the road, and that defense, I feel like they're coming back. I don't think that Atlanta's going to have I don't know what the heck is going on with Atlanta. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I asked my homie Chris, my boy Keith, man. I think he kind of got upset when I asked him too. But like, I'm like, bro, what's y'all excuse? Because he's always trying to tell you something about the Cowboys. But bro, what's y'all excuse? Ain't nobody hurt. Nobody's hurt. Like, I don't get it. So like, since last year they had like basically a Dallas Cowboy year where like I'm pretty sure there's some like East Coast Eagles fan that's blogging that's saying that their management killed their season, like we do over here. Because like when you look on paper, it's like, bro, they should have been a good team. Like, I don't get why they weren't a good team. So I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's actually obvious with Atlanta, to be honest, bro.
Tell me.
Their downturn was when they lost Shanahan. Because Shanahan had them averaging 40 points.
And they're not the same team anymore.
Yeah, and they had a lot of those same athletes and improved. They stocked up the MVP from 2 years ago. They gave him Ridley, which is the number one receiver in the draft, and he's the third receiver. Then they gave him a guard and a tackle. Man, they gave him everything, bro. And and that shows you how important coaching is. Because it was clear.
Don't you
Shanahan
down me,
had them clicking on offense, bro. And ever since he left, man, they went to hell. And it showed you that his scheme plays an epic part of everybody's success. And it also tells you how good Dak is, because Dak didn't have for a while guys that you knew could scheme. And even having Kellen Moore, he's new to scheming. So so Atlanta's dangerous though. Like, they're dangerous because they that's the type of team to where they can make one change, like the OC, and then all of a sudden they take off.
Yeah, because they still got the names, bruh. You got Julio, weapons. You got Ridley, you got Matt freaking Ryan. And I'm gonna tell y'all something like this, man. If I'm an Atlanta fan, I'm asking myself, how in the hell does Julio Jones not ever get double digits touchdowns, getting thrown the ball from not Aaron Rodgers, from Matt Ryan? That's crazy to me. Like, that's just like, Dez been out the league almost 3 years, and Julio is still like 12 touchdowns behind him. Like, that's crazy. Or just let you know how many touchdowns Dez really caught. Matthew says, for reals, don't see Cowboys versus Brown week 2. I see 49ers at 100. It's all good. I mean, the cool thing about it is it's nothing is non-realistic. You know what I'm saying? Because, I
think that's not realistic, because I think he's right. But we did Buddha a favor on that, because they go on primetime Dallas out the gate.
But you got to say it like this, though. I think it's realistic because the NFL is trying to restore the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns were supposed to be a playoff team last year, but for whatever reason, I think it was Baker Mayfield. That's why that team is so stacked.
They are trying to market the Browns as if they're something.
And they're gonna have Myles Garrett back too. So man, that Browns team, with Odell Beckham, and then they got Kareem Hunt. That's over there doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and they're gonna get a solid draft pick. So the Browns are a franchise that the NFL is trying to put in that.
Baker Mayfield getting all them endorsements. Somebody like him.
Yeah, the camera,
like they like money, because it's not about his play, right? Yeah, he getting all those endorsements because that means it's a market for him, and there's a market for the Browns.
Bro, let's just be real.
A lot of the schedule stuff is about television and views. They not looking at it based on competition. They looking at it like, what's gonna sell.
And boss, let's just be real. How the heck does Baker Mayfield have a DirecTV like endorsement deal? Like, I'm looking at this dude like, bruh, you basically come off like a douche, and then on top of coming off like a douche, your team is not good. How are you doing endorsement? How is this dude have, like, to be honest with you, I see more Baker Mayfield. I've seen two to. I mean, I know I'm pretty sure Dak has more endorsements, but national endorsement, Baker Mayfield is looked at as a guy who's just as marketable as Dak Prescott, and that's amazing to me. That's absolutely amazing.
Baker Mayfield actually kills the excuse that the only reason why Dak is getting all those endorsements is because
of the Dallas Cowboys.
Baker Mayfield himself killed that excuse. Nope. Sometimes marketing execs see you as somebody that's marketable. Sometimes it's your face, your angles, your personality, your swag. A lot of stuff goes into endorsements, not just because. I mean, you got California boy with the Rams, but he's awkward. He's kind of goof, and you got Wentz who kind of is not as smooth in the public as Dak. It's a lot that go into endorsements other than just play.
Yeah. And I mean, and I think that's kind of proof of that, you know what I'm saying? It lets you know that Dak is out here earning his money just like everybody else is out here earning their money.
Everybody else. Amen.
And guess what? They're not you think they're going to hold that against him? Absolutely not.
So we going with the Ravens after the Cardinals?
Ravens after the Cardinals. What y'all think? Ravens after the Cardinals? I mean, what y'all think? I actually I was actually waiting for them to answer. My bad. I like it. Let's do it. Week 6. So right now, this is your schedule. Right now, you got you're 6 weeks into the season, and you've only done 2 home games. So, I mean, one thing about this schedule, I'm going to tell you this right now, you're going to know right out the gate if your team is good.
Yeah. And you're going to know if you're coaching good.
Yeah, because and to keep it real, it might be cool. It might be actually a good thing because, the reason why it's a good thing is because, you're going to mold a lot on that road. You're going to learn a lot about your team on that road.
In 2016, we had the best road record. You do learn a lot about yourself on that road. You do.
Because you out there by yourself.
Yeah, man.
So let's see. So we let me adjust this real quick. Boop, there we go.
So we ain't played the Giants yet?
No, we have not.
Oh God. Let's go there, bro, because the weather gonna start changing.
All right, so let's
Week 8.
We at week 7. We need a home game. You got to remember Dallas Cowboys. There's so much money in prime times. We need there's no way.
We got to play New York.
We got to play a home game.
New York.
All right, division. Let's go division. Week 7.
What's up, Curtis? Curtis sent 100 stars.
What's up with you, Curtis? Hey, my boy Curtis was my scout on demand when we were at for the Chicago Bears game. I know we didn't win that game, but my boy still brought me some dope content. So shout out to my boy. He was the winner. He was the scout on demand for that game, man. He was live in the building, man, bringing us content. So appreciate you for that, big dog. And I appreciate you for the stars. All right, so Curtis, since you just dropped them stars, Curtis, let me know, man, who you want to play week 8. Or do you also have an option of a bye? I want to let you guys know we need to get that bye in here sometime. Anthony says he wants Giants at home. That's what we did for week 7. He says, thanks, brother. You appreciate you.
Yeah, we just did that for week 7.
All right, so week 8, what you guys got for week 8? What you thinking, Boss Cowboy?
Is it from those people on the left?
Yes, from the teams on the left.
Teams on the left. Coming out of bye.
You guys want to do the bye week 8? I mean, I think the bye week. I think it's very, very. It makes perfect sense to do the bye either. I either want to do it week 8. Actually, I want to do the bye week 10. The reason why I want to do the bye week 10 is because then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, but think about this: when the year we got Amari Cooper, our bye was after week 9. It was basically week 9. So we had the week 10, and then we went on the 7-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? I don't
gonna be banged up, man.
I mean, it's one game. But you want to do week 8?
Yes. Oh no, we can do week 9. I ain't tripping.
Because they only played 7 games up to that.
10. I was like, bro, you go kill him.
Not necessarily that you're gonna kill him, but man, you get that 2-week push, and now you only got a 7-game season. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you go 7-1.
They need a mid rest, bro. They gonna be nursing injuries by now. By now, some injuries gonna be kicked in. Bodies gonna be dropping by now. They gonna need some rest and recovery to get some of them back.
How about this? How about this? I'll give you this. How about we go? How about week
Week
8?
9?
How about week 8? We'll go to the Bengals
Yeah. And then rest.
and then we'll rest.
Yeah. That's a compromise. I'll take it.
All
I
right.
wish Dak and Jared could do that.
So then you'll play 8 solid games, and then you'll have your bye week 9, and then you have 10, 11. Because remember 12, we always play Washington for the most part, so we'll keep it going. So week 10 coming out your bye, man. Where you want to go? You want to go on the road, or do you want to come home? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. What I honestly believe that you should do is you should probably take the hardest game on this schedule and slap it right there. The reason why you do that is because then you give yourself 2 weeks to prepare for that team.
Yep.
So I think you look at it right now and you ask yourself who is going to be the hardest team on this schedule right now coming out the bye. I honestly believe it's going to be the Seattle. That's how I know we've been doing shows way too much. The reason why I'm going to go through them is this, because Minnesota, they're going to go through change. I mean, they're going to be good, but we're going to play Minnesota with vengeance, and I think we're going to beat them. You know what I'm saying?
And
Giants,
I think San Fran gonna be not
exactly
gonna sneak up on teams, bro. Cause see, the same thing happened with Philly after the Super Bowl. It's a lot different when you play with that target on your back.
Exactly.
See, Dallas Cowboys always got that target because everybody want to beat us. But then when you made it to the Super Bowl, now everybody gonna be gunning for you. San Fran is not gonna be as dominant as their season from 2019. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and then my thing is
Seattle after the bye will be ideal.
And let's just be real, man. Like defenses are usually one every other year. Let's just be real. Like I didn't hear, like, it was cool to hear a lot about, their defense is so good. But when you didn't hear much about their offense and what they're trying to do, that lets you know that, guess what? At the end of the season, they're gonna be like everybody else, looking for weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're looking for weapons right now. Like they're contemplating not releasing, but trading Marquise Goodwin. They got the youngster, the wide receiver, but they still need a number one. Like Jimmy Garoppolo is not the type of he's not like Dak where he's going to spread the ball around. Unfortunately, Jimmy Garoppolo is the type of quarterback where you're going to have to pay for a number one wide receiver. Like Dak technically, theoretically could save you some money on a little wide receiver, but it also makes you better to have weapons. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely believe out of all these teams on here, the most consistent team on here is goddamn Seattle. Yeah, if I got to go to Seattle.
They go like every year. They're going to be averaging about 10 wins.
Exactly. And going there is going to be what it is going to Seattle. So if
be tough.
Exactly.
So that's going to be almost like how it was in 2014. When we went and slapped them, that's when everybody knew, Dallas for real.
And boss,
you know what I mean? Like, we
beat
them with the running game bad. And that's another statement game.
Yep.
That'll be kind of gearing you up for December. You know what I mean?
Any team, bro. Any team that can go into Seattle and beat them after week 10, you're looked at as you're either a team that's going to the playoffs for the most part. Because that's just no matter what they're doing, they're gonna get up to play you at home. And boss, I'm gonna tell you,
the Falcons after that though, Buddha. We already got them for Thanksgiving.
Hey, boss, real quick though, let me tell you something. I would actually say, just before we move on to week 11, I would actually even say that even before this, even if at the beginning of this pick, right? And you ask me, boss, West Coast, look at this team, look at all these teams right here. Who's the one team that if I told you I'm gonna give you 2 weeks to prepare for, you would want to do it? I would still, even with Baltimore there, I would still say Seattle. Seattle.
Yeah, their history too consistent.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's some teams are flashes, and then some teams are complete. Like New England is going to always be complete, even without Brady. They're going to be well coached, well prepared, and they're going to have similar production almost every year, almost despite who they lose. And that's Seattle. So that's the most dangerous team on there, and they might even be more dangerous next year. Because KD Metcalf is going to be in this year too, where they have bigger gains. He more than likely going to end up being their number one eventually.
And you know what they're probably going to do? They're probably going to – and what you know what they might do and what they might end up doing, and like being a little smart, is go get another weapon in the third round or the second round. You know what I'm saying? And do it because now the new model that everybody's looking at is Kansas City, and that is weapons on top of weapons on top of weapons on top of weapons.
And I hope we peep that as Dallas because
we don't want to be Patriots no more.
To your point, since we're talking about Seattle, we done got off the schedule and start talking ball. But one thing that is obvious to your point is also Russell Wilson is obviously dictating as the highest paid that he want weapons. He wanted Gordon and got Gordon. He wanted DK and got DK. You know what I
They
mean?
may get back. Oh my God.
Yeah, like so, like no, you right. That I can see them weaponing up Russell Wilson even more. You know,
I can
and
yeah.
weaponing up is not always. And feel me on this. Weaponing up is not always weapons either. Sometimes you weapon them up by protection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in this class, in this draft class, they might build a better wall around Russell Wilson. And I think Russell Wilson is way more dangerous than Dak in terms of if you give him clean pockets, he's scary. Because he's scary when he has to improvise.
Yeah.
How much scarier is Russell when he just clean?
And think about this. He has always played under fire. Dak has had seasons where he's had some good offensive line play. For the most part, ever since they traded their starting center, dummy, away for a tight end, they ain't been the same. They have not been the same. And, boss, I'm going to tell you guys for this next week 11 is very, very tricky. You want to know why? Because, remember, week 11 is going to be that week where we do the double Thursdays. So we're going to have we're going to come home. We're going to come home from an away game from the Seahawks, and then we're going to have basically almost like a technical, like a baby bye again, because it's going to be 10 days, and then we'll play that Thursday, and then we'll play that again that Thursday again after Thanksgiving. So, week 11, I'm thinking that we should probably play Atlanta. What you thinking?
Put Atlanta.
Right.
And I think it's also realistic because people know that our division is still going to probably be competitive as it is always. And if you're trying to plan a schedule for money, you want the drama to happen at the end.
Yeah, that's why I knew Seattle, not Seattle, but I saved a Philly, Pittsburgh,
save Philly them for the end because everybody gonna anticipate us being the bottom two again, and that's gonna be for money. That's gonna be okay. These guys are trying to get in and they fighting each other, and I will want to see that if I'm trying to plan a gladiator sport.
Now, boss, I'm gonna throw a wrinkle in there, right? Because the NFL wants to be competitive, right? The NFL wants to be competitive. And, hey, I got to put up hey, I appreciate you guys who love us and trust us so much to think that we have the authority to make the actual Dallas Cowboys schedule. We do not.
No.
But I salute you, baby.
No, man.
You really rock with your boy.
This is just a way for us to talk ball in a different way. That's all we doing. We talking ball in a different way. I like what Buddha said. Buddha said,
"Hey, boss, but no. I want to throw a wrench in there. Because I want to ask you, how do you? Because this is the NFL. The NFL wants to make the season competitive from week 1 to week 2. That's why, if you've noticed, pretty much every team opens with a division game, and they pretty much end with a division game. Why? Because they know division games are typically what? Always competitive. They're always competitive. So we need to decide right now, I think, if you want to end your season at the Giants, or do you want to end your season at home versus Philadelphia? If we open our season with Philadelphia, if we end it with Philly, that means we open and end with Philadelphia. I could see the Cowboys. I could see the NFL doing that.
I could see that too. Easily. Put it down, man.
Because we've had the Giants too many times as the final game. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. So we're going to open and end our season with the Philadelphia Eagles. So now we're going to fill everything in. All right,
let's
boom,
go.
boom. All right, so we need. When's Jason Garrett coming to Dallas? When is he coming? Oh, he's coming home week 7. Okay. All right, so
I can't wait to smack Giants and look at his face over there.
So week 13, we have double home. The NFL is most likely not going to put you on the road 3 times. So I can almost guarantee it's probably going to be if we do this schedule, it's going to be an away game. You have Minnesota Vikings, and you have going up to see old Ginger. Who you got week 13, brother?
So with week 13, I think week 16 will still be another divisional game, just a drama. And I like what Buddha said after the Redskins game, after another
They did that to the Giants
game.
last year.
But I think a classic would be appropriate. Pittsburgh, a Thursday night game with Pittsburgh. People gonna want to see
That's gonna be 3 home games in a row, though.
Okay, then we can't do it.
That's why I was saying it would have to be. It would need to be an away game. So
Okay,
you have Minnesota and you have Giants.
Vikings.
Okay, boom. Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys this. We're gonna be running this. Listen to these defenses you're gonna face in 4 weeks: Seattle, Atlanta, Washington, Minnesota. Boy, you better be able to run the ball that week.
Shit, we might need to throw him Minnesota again.
I know, right? All right, so
we put the Jay-Z album on the last time.
all right, so we got week 14. Week 14. We still got Dallas. We still got 49ers, Pittsburgh, and we still got the Giants game. Where you at?
Woo.
I ain't gonna lie to you guys. The way we've set this schedule up, this is going to be a hard – like, it's funny because you would think as fans we would kind of make the schedule try as easy as possible. But keeping it as 100, we just made a really hard schedule, bro, because I'm looking at the end of this schedule and know how way we put it. Because I do think that Pittsburgh is going to have a bumpy season again. I also think that they probably realize, yeah, Juju is the man, but he's not the man. So I definitely think they're going to probably get him another weapon. Big Ben's going to come back. He just got paid. He's only on a 3-year deal, so he has to play this year. I think Pittsburgh's going to be good this year. And think about this. For the first time in forever, they don't have to play Tom Brady in the playoffs, at least not for the Patriots. So they're going to be juiced. Like, I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh is telling themselves, we're the senior team in the AFC now. You know what I'm saying? Even though Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl this year, they're young bucks. We're the senior team in the AFC now. So I think that Pittsburgh game is going to be good, bro. Like, I think that game, like, you remember how we had to beat them last year on the final play of the game. I think that game is going to be good. Yeah, and that Giants away game.
Tomlin this season shut up a lot of people last year, man.
Who?
Like, it was people. Tomlin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a good coach.
Yeah, man. Like, it was people literally
3 quarterbacks
coaching, bro. Like,
that dude had 3 quarterbacks last year.
He shut that up. He showed y'all, like, because remember, one of those coaches, like, he's like a rah-rah guy. Like, no, bro, Tomlin is a good coach. So, now that's Ben go be back. They go weapon up Ben, too. They go weapon him up. They go weapon up Ben like crazy.
They are. Because they got to. He's older.
They do for a rebound year.
And think about this. Think about this, boss. This is the first time in your career since you won Super Bowls that the Patriots aren't there. Like, people don't understand how wide open the AFC is right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's why in the AFC is about to be weapon. That's what I believe. Because everybody in the AFC is going to mimic what the Super Bowl champions do. Like, that's what everybody does.
And Pittsburgh is due. They do, because when has Pittsburgh not had weapons?
Exactly.
Like, for the last 40 years. Like, literally.
They were one of the only teams that have a guy rush over 1,400 yards and have a receiver catch over 1,500 passes. Like, we ain't even did that.
Everything from here on is hard.
That was Le'Veon Bell.
We can just pick anybody. So San Fran or 49, it don't matter. Either one likely go be hard.
Them defenses, bro. Oh, my God.
Right now, the thing is, now these are all historicals. Like, literally, think about it.
And they're going to be super prime classic.
Time. These are the games your granddaddy go be like, I take this game serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody go have somebody that's a Pitt fan. Everybody remember the classic games in the 80s and 90s with San Fran and the catch and all that kind of stuff. Everybody hate Philly and everybody hate the Giants. So, like, from here on, this is super emotional games for us. Like, yeah, so, like, we can just pick anybody. I say go with Pitt, because from here on it's hard. It's not gonna be easy from here on, just because of the names that's left. Honestly, like right now, I would say it like this: it's almost like from what's left, it almost don't even matter what the records are. You still got to take them very serious, just because the pride alone gonna make both sides play hard.
Yeah. All right, and then
San Fran, Pitt, and the Giants, and Philly, everybody. So, like, I say, let's go with San Fran.
All right, so week 14 you want San Fran or you want Pittsburgh? We got to find a way to split up Pittsburgh and San Francisco. I mean, they're both home games, but I could see the Cowboys. I could see them. We have the double home game right now, right there.
Let's go to New York.
All right, let's go to New York. And that means the Dallas Cowboys will be ending their season with double home games. I like it. So here's your. We ain't gonna change it. There it is. Let's see what we got. Week 1, you got your Cowboys going away to the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 2, you come home to Cleveland Browns. Week 3, you're gonna be on the road, Washington Redskins. Week 4, you're going to be on the roads at the Rams. Week 5, you're going to be at home against the Arizona Cardinals. Week 6, you're going to be on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Week 7, you're going to be at home against the New York Giants. Week 8, you're going to be away against the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 9, you're going to have your bye. Week 10, you're going to be at Seattle. You're going to be away at Seattle. Week 11, you're going to be home against the Falcons. Week 12, you'll be home against Redskins. That's Thanksgiving. Week 13, you'll be away at the Vikings. Week 14, you got Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 15, you got the Giants. Week 16, you're going to be home against the 49ers. And then week 17, you're going to end it at home again against the Philadelphia Eagles. Bro, that is a doozy of a schedule. Let's talk about, we've been on here for about an hour and 20 minutes, but hey, I want to talk about a couple minutes before we go over here. Let's talk about let's talk about the game is basically in quarters. Like, in a game, in a season, they're going to break it down in 4 quarters, right? You want to win each quarter, right? So, man, let's talk about these quarters real quick, man. Let's break the season up into 4 weeks and kind of look at these quarters, man, and what do you think the Cowboy? Not even what you think the Cowboy can go, but what are some stretches in these, some 4-game stretches that you see that could possibly be a doozy? I ain't gonna lie, I see one that's just poking out. The one that I mentioned already, and then I see another one that's poking out too. Boss Cowboy, give me your thoughts, man.
It's hard for me, to be honest, because I don't really know what our team is yet.
But I'm just saying from here, just not necessarily our team. Not that we're not predicting wins and losses because we don't know the actual schedule. When we pick the actual schedule, you can predict wins and losses. But right now, I'm just saying, what are some stretches on this season that you see that are
just stretches
that you see that are like ooh wee?
Gotcha. Hold on, I got you now. I got you. Let me see. Go back up to the first 8. I can't see the first 8. Okay, so in the first 8. I still can't see the first 8.
It should be on there.
It just ain't caught up yet.
Nah.
Okay. You went to the bottom 8.
Nah, it's sitting on the top 8 right now. There you go.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So at the first 4, that's the easy. That's I ain't gonna say easy, but historically, that should be pretty good for us. The best part of the season will be the second quarter. Historically, with the Cardinals, the Ravens going to be tough, but the Giants historically has not been as tough, and the Bengals historically has not been as tough. So I can see us hypothetically thinking based on like history, having a 50-50 first quarter at worst, and then a 3-1 second quarter. So going into that the mid part of the season at worst 5-3.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with McCarthy, I can see him being able to carry us through some tough games, 5-3.
I think the stretch that I would, if this was my schedule next year, the sketch that I'd be circling right here is pretty much the one we pointed out. That's that Seattle, Atlanta, Washington, Minnesota, and then it don't get no better because then you got Pittsburgh, New York, 49er. You know what I'm saying? I just hear defense. Like what I also hear is some low-scoring games if you let it happen. You know what I'm saying? I think the Dallas Cowboys need to get in one thing I want to see from this offense next year is when we go in, where they want to make it low-scoring games, and we push against that. Like sometimes there's some defense, like when you get into a fight with like Seattle's when you go to Seattle, they're going to want to make it a low-scoring game and let them capitalize at the end with that crowd. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in those games and expose those types of games, and I just see a bunch of that. Atlanta, they're one thing they hang their hand on, their head coach is a former defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? So they hang their hat on defense. Minnesota hangs their hat on defense. Washington Redskins, every kid that ever went to Alabama plays on their defensive line. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. And then Seattle, they're all, they always bring the defense. So, man, I think that's the stretch I see right there that I would think would be the intimidating. But If I just had to, what's your one? Or what would you think is the best opponent we're gonna play? Well, I don't even want to say that because we don't know what the free agency and all that other stuff. So we'll say that for a later date. Say that for definitely for a later date. But
I mean, you could say, I guess historically, that would be Seattle
yeah,
because they're the most consistent.
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, and then they pretty much already built because they got a young team, so they kind of more so making adjustments. So just historically, and looking at how teams are built, I would say San Fran and Seattle are going to be the toughest teams because San Fran is still going to have that good young defensive line. They also very fortunate to have some real good people in the secondary, and their linebacker crew is young, so that defense gonna be back. They making tweaks to the offense. That's what they doing. So they know exactly what they need to do. They know they need to weapon up Garoppolo. They know that. They know that. They should feel good about the running game. So they not gonna be in a panic to fix that. Their main thing in this offseason is gonna be let's make Garoppolo have the best weapons, outside weapons, period. And I think that's what they're gonna be aggressive about. So looking at two teams that's already for the most part built for it, tough and scary, with this schedule, it would be Seattle and San Fran.
Yeah, man, because I think you're absolutely right. I think San Francisco when they look at that film, I think they tell themselves we got to make our quarterbacks' lives easier. I think they put way too much on Jimmy Garoppolo to go into that Super Bowl. Whereas think about this, Patrick Mahomes had so many weapons that he was able to have a bad game and still get the MVP.
Yeah.
like imagine that, boss. You have so many weapons that you actually have a bad game and you still win the MVP. Why? Yeah. Because your weapons went dumb. You know what I'm saying?
They carried you.
They carried him.
They really did. And that those are for people who actually watched the game and not bopping.
Well, there was a lot of people that said that he shouldn't have won the MVP. I mean, that was
won the MVP. He shouldn't. Williams should have got it. But you're right. I mean, his weapons, and you're also right about this. And I think this is the biggest point you right on. It's a copycat league, and everybody always copies what recently worked. So what did we say when we lost against the Rams? We said the teams that was the top four had what? The best offenses, right? Mm-hmm. So we helped Dak out a little bit. So same thing that the league is going to do with Kansas City. Kansas City just has so many weapons that it's a lot of teams, especially in this draft, is going to be for helping their quarterbacks. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a very, very pass-happy league, in my opinion, for the at least next 2 years.
Yeah.
Extremely pass-happy.
Well, we're going to see. I mean, if that's the case, that means getting after the quarterback is going to be something you want to make sure that you do also at all times, is being able to get after the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because if this is going to be in a league where, getting after the quarterback and, more of a pass-friendly league, then shoot, that's going to be something that's going to be very, very important. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think the model would have shifted more so to San Fran building if San Fran would have won.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody would be like, we need to go trench warfare. But trench warfare didn't win you that big moment. So I just think teams copy each other, and we see it all the time, So I hope Dallas actually copy it, because I still believe that if you really super weapon up Dak is going to use his weapons. Like, Dak doesn't waste weapons. So if you give Dak the best weapons, he go give you the best return on that as well. He's not a quarterback like Baker Mayfield where you give him a Landry and you give him a Odell Beckham and he disappears. No, the moment we gave him Cooper. And see, people take that for granted, in my opinion, West Coast. Never in my memory has this ever happened where a number one was traded, right? And instantly went off with a quarterback. I've never seen that, because everybody generally needs an offseason to develop timing with their primary weapon. So weaponing up Dak I've been waiting on that literally for 4 years. I've been saying for the last 4 years, we need to stop giving him refurbished weapons. We need to give him some weapons with some new car smell.
I totally agree with you on that. I mean, a lot of people, will say, "Well, I mean, you gave him Amari Cooper." Well, Amari Cooper was not a brand new car smell. I mean, if he was, then he wouldn't have been available. You know what I'm saying? I think the Cowboys, we were also having a conversation about Amari Cooper too the other day, where I was like, Amari Cooper should be kind of thankful too, because Amari Cooper probably is not being looked at as this touted as a free agent if he doesn't come to Dallas, man, because his stock was kind of dropping and he led the league in 2017 in drops. I know they blamed it on Dak. I mean, I know they blamed it on Dez Bryant, but I mean, it was actually Amari Cooper. But I don't know, Boss Cowboy.
No, you
man.
keep it in 100. Keep going.
I know.
No, you telling the truth.
I know.
Don't hold back. You telling the truth. Like, no, listen, bro. Like, let's really go back to that time. I remember people trolling saying Tate was a better deal for Philly than Cooper. Nobody would say that now, because why? It's obvious. Why? Because Cooper making the plays. Why? Because of Dak with Cooper. But before Cooper came to Dallas, he was viewed as an equal to Tate. And he was. People were saying Philly did a better trade with the third-round trade to Tate than we did with a first-round trade to Cooper. Not everybody act like they didn't say that. But they were saying that because Cooper, people forgot history. And Cooper was really a Marshall's pick. And a Marshall's pick is somebody that looked like they're on a decline, but they got a previous history of success. And that's what he was. He was literally the number 2 target and weapon for Carr. The number 1 was Cook. So now he should be thankful that he's playing with Dak, and Dak should be thankful that he's playing with him. But, a lot of people like to say Cooper saved Dak. No, they saved each other. But at the same time, it goes back to my original point, and your point is he wasn't a new car smell weapon. He wasn't. He had tread, and his tread was worn. And then he was restocked with Dak. And most of Dak's weapons are refurbished. He's never had like what Wentz got. Wentz got a lot of weapons. Don't listen to the media say he carried bombs, because Sanders was a second-round weapon for him out of Penn State. That was also compared
Nelson
to Saquon
Aguilar
Barkley.
was a first-round pick.
Yep, and then you had Jeffries, which was the number 1 free agent target. Then you had Dallas Goedert, the number 1 tight end. Whiteside was the number 6 receiver in the whole, out of all the receivers in that draft, which is still a top second rounder. So it's like, now, if you listen to the media, they'll brainwash you. But if you really think, like, Boston Scott is the steal of any team, because even when Boston Scott took over for Howard came back and was healthy. Did they start Howard West Coast? Did they start him? No. They kept Boston Scott as the starter. He was the NFC player of the entire league of the week. So now I'm waiting on Dallas to super commit to Dak on weapons, like they committed to Matty Ice. Because when you go get and like they committed to Mahomes, like when you go get the number 1 receiver, just for it to be your third weapon, that's a commitment to your quarterback. When you Baker Mayfield and you already have Landry, and you say, we gonna get you Odell Beckham on top of that, that's a commitment. That's a real commitment to weaponing up your quarterback. So I'm still waiting to see that, man. And I after they pay him, maybe they do it.
Yeah, man. Which, how some people, I hope they don't be like my mama was when I was growing up, when she pay a bill and then she act like she broke for the rest of the month, though. I can't buy that. Why? Because mama, you knew you had to pay rent anyway. I can't get that. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I hope they don't do us like that too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
I bet you $1 million. Even with the epic needs that they have with Philly on defense in the secondary,
they still gonna get some weapons.
They gonna still get some weapons,
because you got to score points. It don't matter what else you can do. And man, if you ain't scoring touchdowns, man, what are you really doing? If everything you doing ain't surrounded around scoring touchdowns or stopping someone from scoring touchdowns, what are you doing?
Right.
You ain't doing it right. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's give a quick update on Dak Prescott's money, man. That $33 million. Now I'm hearing that the Dallas Cowboys, he has rejected a deal for 4 years for some amount of money. You know, it's all rumored. So, Boss Cowboy, give me an update on Boss Cowboy. Not Boss Cowboy, on Dak Prescott's money. The free agency don't start the next week.
Well, what's going on with Dak money is the reports from creditable sources, right? Because there's a page that's being floated around that says Cowboy fan page. It's a lying clickbait page. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And one of the biggest evidence of that it being a lying clickbait page is always started off saying breaking news. The thing that the last time they put it, they said breaking news, midnight news. They said Dak is going to be tagged with the exclusive tag of 31.6 million. I said, see, that right there tell you that somebody in their basement made that. That's not credible at all. Because anybody that's done any basic research knows that the exclusive tag is 33.6. The fact that they said 31, so the rumor been floating around West Coast from that same page that Dak wanted 40 million, you know. And it's kind of funny to me, but from the creditable sources, Jane them is saying that the Cowboys have submitted an offer that's above golf. But what they not saying is what and which is above golf. And that's a very important update to, in fact, to know, because whenever they want Dak to look bad, they tell you specifically what he turned down. Don't they? They tell you specifically. Dak has rejected 30 million. Dak has rejected 32. Dak has reject. We've heard all of those. Dak has rejected 33 on the average per year, and Dak has now rejected 105 total guarantee. You know what he said no to, but they never tell you what they presented to him. So this new leak that they coming out with, that the latest offer we gave him was better than golf. Okay, so you told us what he turned down. What was the offer?
Yeah.
So we can think. Was it the total contract? Because West Coast, if they gave Dak a total contract offer where it was a 7-year contract at 33, the total contract itself is going to be higher than golf, but it's still a bad contract because the average per year is 33. So they playing word games. So the update on Dak is likely this. I'm going to tell you right now. Likely Dak is headed towards an exclusive tag, and they're likely going to sign Cooper before Monday because they're not going to want both of those guys exposed to the market. Nope. They're going to want to lock up one and they go pay the other, right? So, and what Dak is going to have to do, sad but true, is Dak is going to have to save Dallas from themselves. And the way that he's going to have to do that,
not show up to camp.
Thank you. And that's why you my partner right there. That's exactly why I rock with West Coast right there. Is because that's exact, because he already know. When you know history, that's what you got to do with Dallas. And that's going to actually save Dallas from themselves. Because if he does not, if he shows up, they're going to prolong it. And they're going to keep that exclusive tag on him. But it's going to shoot themselves in the head because it's going to allow 7 quarterbacks to. And then when that happens, the market is going to inflate and it's going to inflate their price. So what Dak has to do to save Dallas is do what everybody does to get paid in Dallas and revolts against Dallas. So, like, we say this history all the time, but a lot of people don't catch the show, so they miss it. Zach Martin had to wait to training camp and had to miss 3 days before he was paid. And I might have got it wrong. It probably wasn't training camp. It probably was, but it was something he missed that they was like, he's serious. And they paid him. Dez Bryant had to hold out, and it was like, he's serious. And they paid him. Tank had to use his shoulder to take them hostage, and then they paid him first. They told Zeke, and Zeke told him early 2019, let's get this out the way, man. I want to be ready for training camp. I don't want to play no games. They was, yeah. Oh, yeah, we go get to it. We go get to it. And then as soon as that plane was taking off and they saw Zeke wasn't on it, it got serious. And guess what? He then got paid. So all the people that was the good boys, Dak and Cooper, they still waiting. And the only reason Cooper go likely get paid before Dak is because they gotta pay one of them. They gotta pay one of them right now. So, and they go try to play that game with the next one. I'm telling y'all, it's exactly what we said with trading places, where Mortimer was sitting there with Rudolph, and he said, $1. This is more ego than it is common sense. Because if it was common sense, wouldn't they have signed Cooper last year when they would have saved $9 million?
Absolutely. But hey, man, that's a great point, man. Before we get out of here, we got a scout on the line, man. This is one of the supporters, man, who support the cause, and I appreciate you. I think we got Dakota on the line. Can you hear me, man? Can you hear me, Dakota? Can you hear me again? Oh, wait, I think you muted. Hold up, let me.
Yo.
Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. What's up with you, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, just checking in to see the video. What's up?
Ah, man, we chilling, man. You're live on here with West Coast and Boss Cowboy, man. First off and foremost, I appreciate you for supporting the cause, man, and helping this grow, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. All the info is very helpful, man.
Shoot, I heard that. Hey, man, you got a question a comment, or a concern before you get out of here?
Not really. Just really wanting Coop and Dak paid, man.
You want Coop and Dak paid?
Yeah.
Shoot, I heard that, man. So what do you think is a good number for, or not even a good number, man? What do you want to see happen, this offseason, man, as far as like free agency? Give me a thought, man. What are your thoughts on free agency?
Free agency?
Yeah, well, give me your thoughts real quick.
I'd like to get Quinn re-signed on free agency. I don't really have anybody outside the Cowboys in free agency that I'd like to get re-signed. I'm all worried about my homeboys.
See, I like you. I like the way he think, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you don't take care of the homies, like Dakota just said, then guess what? You ain't gonna have a quarterback, and you ain't gonna have no quarterback, no defensive end, or no wide receiver. So that was a damn good point right there, man. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. I got to get off here.
Yes, sir. I hear the baby in the background, man. You be blessed, bro.
All right, Dakota, man. Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, that was dope. So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying. We trying to elevate and obsolete.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We got
words
support on the line, and we gonna do that more often, man.
We gonna do that more often.
Yeah, man, because we want to hear from y'all as well, and we want to get y'all direct feedback, direct input, direct questions. So you go see more of that going forward, is where we're gonna get a lot of input. And, Scout's going to be able to call in and say, hey, man, this is what I've been thinking. And actually, I disagree with you on this area. And we'll go back and forth with you, man. I'm cool with that. Just make sure you have your stuff together, because you'll get dunked on.
Dunk. Hey, but you know what, though? Everybody that calling my show is a scout, so they know what it is. We in constant contact. As soon as I said that, asked him my question, I already knew which direction he was going to go. But, yeah, man, shoot, I'm trying to see if we got anybody else, any scouts. Do we got a scout on the line? Do we got a supporter on the line? Anybody? Last call. What they say at the bar, at the club? Last call for alcohol. When no scouts on the line that want to jump on. Okay. So hey, Boss Cowboy, man, I just want to appreciate you, bro. We've been rocking on here for about an hour and 30. I appreciate you for getting us on, man. And shoot, man. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yeah, man. Boss Cowboy Sports, pretty much on all platforms. The major one that I actually converse with people on is obviously Facebook for now. I'm going to up my Instagram game this year, I promise you, but definitely on Facebook. And I just released a new article, okay? And an article that goes perfectly with my book, okay? The Boss Cowboy 2020 Guide, right? So this article is on point, believe me. You know why I know? Because Marshall's picks that I picked last year, most of them greatly balled, and a couple of them ended up on our team. I identified Devin Smith last year. I identified Quinn last year. So, and they all ended up on our team, So this year, I have a whole lot. I have other Marshall's picks that I identified, which basically, when I say Marshall's picks, I'm talking about people that fit perfectly the profile of how Dallas shops. We now West Coast, do we shop in week 1 of free agency?
In the past, no.
Yeah, in the past, but as of recently, the last 6 years, no. So I don't put people on the list that's unrealistic. It's a lot of people that we want right now, but to be honest, some of them are not realistic. So I put the real value picks so that, and you'll know why. So go check out that article and watch. I almost can bet you $40 that at least 4 of my picks go be Dallas Cowboys.
Absolutely. And I think we got one more scout on the line, man. It's just coming in. It's iPhone. Let me know who you are, man. If you got a question or comment, let me know. I'll get you on before we get up out of here. What's up, iPhone? It just says iPhone. Who got on the, is that Buddha? Bad.
What's good?
It would be Buddha, man, coming through here with just iPhone.
Just iPhone, man. Boy should just say, man, I'm gonna spit on your food some Corona. Sick of you, man.
Hey, Buddha, man, what's up with you, man? How you doing this evening? You out there in the East Coast? How you doing this evening, man?
Nothing, man. Just trying to stay sane. Couldn't bet on nothing. So I was, trying to hold through. Y'all definitely came through. I feel better now,
Shoot, I heard that, man. Hey, Buddha, man, what's on your mind, man? Tell me. Let's talk about something real quick. I got like 2 minutes.
I was talking about, let's see, the draft a little bit. I know me and Boss always on the move back wave. We still there with it?
I'm all the way with you. Go.
Yeah, I'm trying to move back and get that extra second or third, man. I didn't like Philly having all those picks in the first 4 rounds. I didn't appreciate that. So I feel we need to stock up, man.
And where are you proposing? Like, what are your thoughts? Where are you trying to get? Like, what are you trying to? You gonna give up what pick we got right now? 17th pick. 17. And we're gonna go 17. Back to where and what you trying to get? What are you selling the 17th pick for? That's what it really comes down to.
I'm liking around between 24th to the 27th.
So you want the
20, around that?
Okay.
24 to 27th, and I mean, one thing about you've been preaching is free agency coming first, and it grew on me. It is so important to go through that first to even know, to have an idea. But as far as my personal, I don't know. I'm liking Antoine Winfield, Denzel Mims, somebody around there at the end, if they did.
So you're selling the 17th pick for pick 20 for pick 24, and then what's your second round pick you're trying to get? Or are you only selling it for?
I think he said Mims, and then you said.
But those are players. I'm saying because before you get the player, you got to get the picks first. So I'm saying if you're gonna sell the 17th pick, it's basically like if you're selling a car. You know what I'm saying? I got this. I'm on standing on the side of the street. I got a car that says I got this car for sale, but it's the 17th pick. In return, I want the 20. I want between pick 25 to 30, and then I want a second round pick. And you want that second round pick to be your third round pick, that's so that's I mean, I think that if somebody's able to give me a second round pick for my first and move me back and still be in the first round pick, I'd definitely do it. Yeah. I definitely do it. And especially
that second round pick definitely gonna come late though.
I mean, I'm not tripping. If I kill it in free agency, then because I mean, I told you guys how I feel about the draft. I'm going in the draft thinking that none of these little kids is gonna help me anyway. So, this is a 2-year plan. So if I can get a kid that can help me more in 2 years, I'm okay with that. Like, I believe in the draft, but I don't just believe in the draft anymore. I just don't.
I had one more before I get out of here.
Shoot.
Because I seen earlier a lot of people was asking about snacks, Damian Harrison. Yeah. And I know Boss be on it. So I was just wondering, what would it be the difference or the reason why you would go Phillips as to Harrison?
And
Phillips over my boy Snacks.
Real quick before I let you go, hey, Boot, appreciate you for calling in. I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna let Boss answer that question live so we can all hear it.
Okay. No doubt.
Appreciate you. Right, go ahead, Boss. Answer that question for him.
Yeah. So Phillips over Snacks is gonna be age and production. And actually, I didn't put Phillips. I didn't put Snacks in my guide because I feel like it's so much value above him in terms of better, younger free agents. But Snacks is in my Marshall's article that I just, wrote today. and I explain the logic of somebody like a Snacks, because if you look at Snacks and the people that's on my Marshalls list, it's different from people that's in my book. And the reason is because Marshalls are flawed, so the knock on Snacks is his age. And I researched what's really going on in Detroit is Detroit has stocked up on their defensive tackles. So they have Robinson and they have some people over there that's young studs. So it's the same scenario that happened with Georgia Local, to where do we pay, and the same thing even happened to Phillips, is do we continue to pay Phillips, or do we pay Phillips, or do we go with these youngsters that we just draft that we feel like going to be just as good? So a lot of these vets are getting washed out, not because of talent, is because the NFL gets younger. So it's people
and
like
cheaper. They get younger and cheaper.
Yeah, and thank you, West Coast. They get younger and cheaper, and
older is more expensive. Let
me look at some of the Marshalls picks that I put out today. So the Marshalls picks that I put out, man, taking me too long. Okay, yeah. So I got it here. So Mike Daniels, he's somebody that's not in my book, but he's a Marshalls pick, right? And he's 30. He's also getting washed out of Detroit. Snack Harrison, I said he was 34. I'm sorry, he's 31.
Damn.
3 years. You got Sue. Yeah, he's 31.
I know you put 3 years on him. He looking at you like,
I put 3 years on that boy.
3 years on me?
Yeah, man. Sue, 33. I don't have him in my book, but it's because of the age. And it's like, it's so many guys that's good, available defensive tackle free agents that's in their 20s that I still are going to be deals. So, and this is how I imagine it happened. Hey, LaDonna, this is how I imagine it happening to be all the way funky with you, Buddha. I imagine that Dallas is not going to panic when it comes to defensive tackle. Even if they don't fully address it in free agency, they're going to go through the draft. And let's say if they don't really even address fully in the draft, it's so many defensive tackles. Just like last year, after the draft, it was still a lot of quality defensive tackles left. One of the best values that I put was Gerald McCoy, who was signed late. Remember, he was available after the draft, and he one of the best Marshalls pick by a mile. He signed for only $4 million. So in a market like now, you go get people like Jerry McCoy even after the draft for maybe around that amount or less. So like defensive tackle, when you look at the market, when you look at, okay, it's so many free agents available, there's only so many good draft picks available. By the time these teams stock up and say, okay, we got our guy from free agency or we got our guy from the draft, it's going to be guys that's still sitting out there like waiting like, but damn, y'all didn't get me, because it's just so many of them. So like defensive tackle really should be like at all. No, it's no room to panic on that. Even though it's a top need for us because we got 6 defensive tackles with expired contracts, the market is going to play itself out to where it's just so many, still going to be some sitting.
I heard
so
that.
The difference between the Phillips and the Snacks is the age and the production. But still, Snacks in terms of an upgrade to the Dallas Cowboys would be exponential compared to what we had.
Absolutely, and I think we got one more scout. Our last scout on the scout line tonight is coming. Miss Julie, how you doing tonight, Miss Julie? Let's see if she can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Miss Julie? I see you. I see your name up there. If you can't hear me, it's okay. We'll get you on. I'll get you on the next show. But I appreciate you. If not, if you might be listening, but your phone might be on mute, so turn your phone off mute. Let's see if she gets in that time. But hey, man, I just want to appreciate everybody that jumped on tonight, man. I appreciate you, Boss Cowboy, man. If we're able to get Miss Julie on here, I'll try to see if I can get her on here. If not, I appreciate you, Miss Julie, for your support. Because, man, it's scouts like you who keep this thing going, man. So, Boss Cowboy, let them know where they can find you at. You already let them know one time, but let them know where they can find you at, man.
Yeah, Boss Cowboy Sports.
And, hey, you guys already know where you guys are watching at right now. at Dallas Cowboys Scouting today, man. I am your boy West Coast, and as long as no more of my other scouts call me, hey, if y'all liked that, let me know. We're gonna do that more often too. I actually liked that because y'all be having good content along with our own content. But hey, man, you already know what it is. Never look down because the stars